Hello everybody, this is Phonito Bob here, and welcome back to Trainz Simulator 3, where today we're going to be taking another look at the Summer Lake Valley route. Yes, this is a rear review that I've been wanting to make for quite a while now, as, this route actually came out quite a long time ago in the earlier days of Trainz Simulator 3. I believe this route actually came out back in, 2022 maybe at some point, early 2022, I don't know, but yes, so it's been in the game for quite a while now, and I first reviewed this route all the way back in, I think it was about, April of 2022. It is now June of 2025, and I have finally been able to get around to re-reviewing this route. And you may be wondering, why am I re-reviewing this? Well, as is the case with all the other reviews I've done, it's because the original review I did on this route back in 2022 didn't really give you a good idea of what you actually get in the route. I mean, I did show the more important stuff, but there was lots of stuff that was missing out. This review, however, will give you a more exact look. In fact, everything that you see here in front of you is everything you get with the route. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, let's take a look at everything that you get here in the Summer Lake Valley route here in Trainz Simulator 3. So first up, we have this. We have the Amtrak F40 Phase 4. Yes, indeed we do. So, you may remember my initial review of this. I actually drove this train with the coaches and everything, and we'll retro drive it again today. But right now, here's what you know is already cool about. Here we have the Amtrak. More specifically, this is the Amtrak F40 number 398 in the Phase 4 livery. Yes, indeed. And of course, not the only route they get this locomotive in these coaches, and you can also get this actually in the California Sunrise route, which I reviewed much later after this route. And I believe this also comes in the Shoreline Railroad route. Maybe, I'm not too sure. That's another route I actually plan on re-reviewing at some point. But for right now, here it is in the Amtrak Phase 4 F40. All right, let's take a look at the cab. And the cab is completely wrong. It's the bad cab thing, old and bad and crinkly and everything and stuff, and this cab is, I mean, it's not completely off, but it's missing a lot of the key details, so yeah. Alright then. Okay, let's do the horn. Oh. And I forgot the horn and bell is also completely wrong on this thing, so yeah, and I think even the engine note is also not right as well, so yeah. A lot of problems with this F40, but here it is anyway, the F40 Phase 4 thing, and, but up next, something a bit more interesting, if the camera would want to work today, but for some reason, the chase cam doesn't even want to go over. Here we go. We have the Amtrak Horizon coaches. Yeah, we have 5 different brands of the Amtrak Horizon coaches, 3 coach cars and 2 cafe cars, so, pretty neat stuff. So first up here, this is the Amtrak Horizon Coach Phase 3 Handicap version. I don't know what makes the handicap version so special, but there you go. Yep, there's the handicap coach Horizon thing version. Yep. Alright. Up next, with the Horizon Coach narrow version. I'm guessing this is because the as you see, the Phase 3 stripes that run along the windows are actually narrowed compared to the wide version that we're actually in a little bit here. That's where they get the wide and narrow from. And up next is the Horizon Coach wide version, which I'm guessing is the same as the narrow version, but of course with the wider Phase 3 decals and everything. Besides that, though, I'm not sure what's the difference between this one and the handicap version, but oh well. And up next, we have the Horizon Dinette Coach, which is the cafe car. This is the CC custom class version. Yep, not sure what's custom about it, but there you go. The custom class diner car version of the Horizon Coach. And finally, you have the Dinette Handicap version, which is the one with the wide Phase 3 stripes. So yeah. So same 5 Horizon coaches that you also got in the California Sunrise route, and also possibly the Shoreline Railroad route, which I still have yet to re-review. Yeah. Alright then, and I don't think these coaches have a pass view. That might be wrong. Hey, I probably should check this to begin with. I'm stupid. Oh, you do get a pass view. Okay. Although which one is it? Okay, no, this one. No, I believe it's this one. Oh, come on, this one. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so you get a passenger version in the wide version. Nice. The passenger is pretty old and dated, but nice to have it either way. All right. Do we have it in the cafe versions? Don't think we do. No, we don't. Okay, so you only get a passenger view in the wide version of the Horizon coach. It's the one here in the center. Alrighty then. Okay, so up next you have another Amtrak F40. Yeah, I'm not sure if this was actually included in the original release, or this is added later on, but yeah, in this route, you also get the Amtrak F40 in the Phase 2 livery. And this is actually the same one that you also get in the free City and Country USA route here in Trainz Simulator 3. And I think you also get this one in a couple other American routes that are payware. I think you must get this like Horizon Pass or something, or and as well as the Summer Lake Pass route. Yeah, the other routes. But I don't know. If you really want this thing, you don't have to pay for it. It comes free in the City and Country USA route. So once again, this thing is old and bad and everything and stuff, but that's to be expected. I mean, obviously, there's not a new asset. This was poured over from the PC version, so yeah, it's old and everything. But I mean, it's included free in the City and Country USA route, but of course also a payware engine technically in a few other routes. So yeah. All right, take a look at the cab, and oh, well, at least the cab interior is correct. Yeah, well, so they have the wrong cab interior for the Phase 4 version, but they do have the correct cab interior for the Phase 2 version. Okay. And yeah, the cab in this engine is still pretty dated, but at least it's accurate to the real life F40, whereas the other one is completely wrong, or at least mostly wrong. So yeah, although the camera has to be positioned pretty weirdly because you're back here for some reason. So great job, guys. All right, and now let's do the horn and bell. Okay, at least the horn and bell in this one is kind of correct. Not sure if the F40s had that horn, but yeah, there you go then. Alright then, so that is all of the Amtrak equipment there. You get the Phase 4 F40 as expected, but also get the Phase 2 one if you haven't got it already, although, like I said, you can get that one in the free City Country USA route. So then that is all of the passenger stock. So take a look at some freight stock, and here is the other starring locomotive here. This is the CSX SD4-2 and the YN2 livery. Yeah, so getting SD4-2 in here as well. I think it's actually a bit newer. Well, it might be from the Trainz 2010 era, but oh well, there you go. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, this one's actually pretty nice. Actually better than the F40 locomotive, so yeah, how about that? Take a look at the interior cab. And yeah, the cab is also unique, although it's dated to about the 2010 sort of era, but still decent cab nonetheless. Let's take a look at the rest of the cab. And yeah, it is a cab. Alright, let's take a look at this side. There's a locking mechanism there. That doesn't work. And the exterior cab is all wrong, but oh well. Alright, and let's just do the horn and bell. Okay, horn and bell recordings are pretty low quality, but there you go then. Alright, so up next we have all three pieces of freight rolling like they get with this route. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised and a little bit disappointed to find out that, yeah, these three freight wagons, this is all you get in this route. You don't get anything else. You get a bunch of locomotives, I can see, but in terms of rolling stock, this is all you get. A tank car and two different hoppers. So yeah, first up then is the GATX oil tanker, which you will have seen in previous routes. This is not new to Trainz 3 at all. Well, it might have been new when this route came out, but I suppose it's a few years old now. But they have reused this tanker quite a bit in succeeding Trainz Simulator 3 routes. So yep, there's the GTX oil tanker. Yeah, wait, oh no, it's GATX. Yeah, let's go with GTA. This is the GTA oil tanker. Alright then, up next is the Burlington Northern Grain Hopper 4Bay 481523, which is another hopper car that has been reused multiple times in Trainz Simulator 3 routes. Yep, I'm not even sure how many different routes you can get this thing in, but here it is in this route. Just in case you didn't already know that. I think I just showed this one in my initial review of this route, but here it is again for those who want a more comprehensive look. So there you go. And finally, the Evans Covered Hopper ICE, which this is the only thing I don't recall seeing in any other routes before. In fact, I didn't even know this was actually included in the route before. I don't know. But regardless, it is the Evans Covered Hopper ICE. I see that's a pretty relevant acronym right now here in the United States. But yeah, I don't remember seeing this hopper car in any other routes here in Trainz. It might be exclusive to this route. I'm not sure. You guys will have to let me know. Maybe it's also Shoreline Railroad, but we'll see when that review happens. But that is it. That is all you get in terms of freight rolling stock. So not a lot in this route, because I'm guessing that a lot of the freight stock that you're going to see on this route is just the default stock that you get with this game, which I guess is fair enough. But I don't know. It would be nice to get a bit some more freight rolling stock, but whatever. Alrighty, well, that's it for freight rolling stock. We do have plenty of locomotives. Yeah, lots of engines, as I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb as usual. Yep, I should have done that before I started the video, but I didn't because I'm stupid. Alrighty then, so the next locomotive is another one we've seen multiple times. This is the Billington Northern GP30-2 dirty version. Yeah, so it's a dirty version. There's actually no clean version. So, yeah, GP30-2. I recall seeing this a few other times. This is also included in the Shoreline Railroad route, and might be in a few other Trainz 3 routes as well. I don't remember though, but here it is in this one at least. This was also pretty nice as well. Nice lot of detail, and yeah, how about it? Alrighty then. I've shown this before in previous videos, but like I said, I'm going to show this again just for those who haven't seen in previous videos. Cabinets here is that's alright. Yeah, it's okay. Cabinets here. Alrighty then. There's the rest of it. Yep, there's a little stuff. Oh, even the paint job is accurate. How about it? Nice. Okay. Alrighty, horn and bell. Yeah, Horn and bell's been released quite a bit in this game, but there you go. Up next is the Conrail GP38-2. This thing, and this thing is really loud. I'm just gonna delete this Amtrak engine because it's so loud. Yeah, that's much better. It just sounds like just all the vibration. Yeah, it's a noisy beast. Anyway, yeah, the Conrail GP30-2. I think this might have also been reused in a couple different routes. I think this might have been in the Tidewater Point rail route here in Trainz 3. I'm not sure, but either way, here it is in this thing. Yep. All right. On rail. Yes. Alrighty, cab interior, and I believe it's the same as the. But you know the one. I think something's wrong. Yeah. Okay, horn and bell. Okay, same bell as the other one, but different horn. Interesting. Alright. Up next, another Conrail locomotive, this time the GP40. Yep. Alright, yep, GP40 indeed. Not much to say about it, but yeah. I think this would have also been used in the Tidewater Point rail route, although I say that the Tidewater Point route actually came up before this route, so there might have been new locomotives at the time. Alright, cab interior, pretty much the same as the others. Horn and bell. Same as the other one. Alrighty then. Alright, well, we have one more row of locomotives to take a look at. First up here we have the Conrail Quality SW1500. Yes, a shunting engine. How about it? Alright. Yes, a shunter. Alright, cool. Alright. And there are the interior cab, and similar shunter cab I've seen a lot of times in this game, actually. I believe this is the, oh, you can even tell the paint scheme, yeah. Oh, so the cab, just for those that haven't seen this before, but yeah, it's the same old shunting cab as we've seen other times in this game at this point. Yeah, it's pretty commonly used in other shunting engines. Alrighty, horn and bell. Alright, pretty decent on how accurate the horn is, but there you go. Alright, next we have another Conrail SW1500. This is known as the Conrail Quality SW1500 9613. I don't know why this is here in this route as well as the other one, but there you go, I guess. Yeah. I think it's the... Well, this was... I mean, according to the game, it's an SW1500, so I don't know why this is here. It seems a bit redundant. But there you go. Alright, interior cab is same as the other one, and horn and bell. Well, the horn's different. That's a weird bell as well. Okay, well, there you go then. Alright, for range to go, this is the CSXC30-7. Which is another range that has been featured in multiple different Trainz routes since the release of this thing, so yeah. I kind of want to draw this thing at some point in the video because it actually looks kind of cool, but I'm still waiting on the surveyor. So for right now, this thing just exists. Yeah. But you can drive it if you want to. Alright, there you go. Interior cab. I think, is this the same cab as the other ones? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I'm not seeing any obvious differences, so... Alright then. Horn and bell. Alright. Okay, well there you go, the C30-7. Up next, another CSX locomotive. This time, the SC4-2 in the YN3 livery. So this is actually the same as the other one that we looked at. Yeah, same as this one. This one is in the YN3 paint scheme, which of course is the more modern paint scheme. Yeah. Oh, then the YN3. All right. How about it? Alright, interior cab, and same old cab, okay. Horn and bell. I think it's gonna be a villain, but I'm not too sure. Alright then, so up next we have a couple of engines which... I'm not even sure if these engines were even included in the original route, or if they were added at a later time, but yeah. 2 extra engines, I guess. So, yeah. First up here we have the AMD SC78 BNSF number 8749 to 8799. I'm not sure this has also been featured in another routes. I'm not too sure. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. I don't really know. But here it is in this one, I guess. If you want it. Yep, it certainly exists. Alrighty, cab, and okay, this cab is decent. We got our controls and everything. Panel. Alright, cool. There's all the back controls. Nice. And, yep. There you go then. Horn and bell. Alright, as something heard before. But there you go then, the BNSF F78. And finally, the ES44 AC Union Pacific engine thingamabobbins, which I actually recognize from the Yellowstone Mountain route. And I'm not sure if this one's been featured in any other routes though, I don't know, but here it is in this one, I guess. Yeah. Alright. Alright, interior cab. And the cab is different than this one as well. Alright. So it makes a weird idle sound. Not sure if it's accurate. Alright, there you go. And horn and bell. Okay, so horn with a lot of bass and a completely inaccurate bell. Alrighty then. Alrighty, well there you have it. That was a lot. But yeah, that is everything they gave you in the Summer Lake Valley route for real this time. Yeah, you get a decent amount of infantry equipment, but then a lot of freight stuff, and I will be honest, I'm a little bit confused by the freight situation because you have CSX locomotives as well as Conrail locomotives, even though Conrail doesn't really exist anymore because it's been succeeded by CSX. But you also get BNSF and a Union Pacific locomotive, but it also doesn't really make sense either. So I don't know. Oh, and also Burlington Northern as well. Yeah, also Burlington Northern engine. So I don't know what's going on. We have this weird mix of like different railroads all in one route, plus an Amtrak train with Horizon coaches, which only, well, primarily operate in the Midwest. So I don't know what to think. I don't know, maybe there's like a Midwestern route or something. But actually, maybe did CSX go to the Midwest? I have no idea. But there you go. Then that's all the eggs and rolling stocks. Let's take a look at the route. I think it's a linear route actually. I should know this from last time. Yeah. Okay. So here's the starting point. Greenwood. Yep. You go along the line here. Yeah, it's pretty much a linear route. I don't think there's really much diversion here. Okay, so we'll start here. Yep, okay, so there's the route. Along the line, up the line. Yep, come on. Okay, yep, go. There. Station. Oh, there's a mine here. Or, oh no, it's this way. Okay, oh, this looks interesting. Okay. Along here, more works and things, stuff. Express straight line, and end off here at Hinton. Alrighty then. And there, and here's the whole route from the air view in case you guys are curious. So there you have it. That is everything they get here in the Summer Lake Valley route here in Trainz Simulator 3. So let's take a look at the scenarios and do some driving. Alright, so here are all these scenarios they get, and as you get 4 pre-scripted scenarios, you get 2 freight service scenarios, both using the ST40 or the ST40s, whatever, the CSX engines. And you also get 2 scenarios with the Amtrak train. You get the Hinton passenger service, which is the one that we actually did last time, and there's the passengers to Greenwood Lake. And you also get a trio of free dive scenarios as well, plus whatever scenarios you may make with the free dive thing. Now, in the last time place, we did the Hinton passenger service. So to change things up a little bit, we're doing passengers to Greenwood Lake. So yeah, welcome to the strikingly beautiful Summer Lake Valley. In this task, you need to pick up passengers from Hinton Station, bring them to the end line in Greenwood Lake. So yeah, we're actually doing the entirety of the route, stopping at a few stations along the way. So I think it's basically this scenario, but in reverse, and I believe it's a bit later in the day. So yeah, let's get to it. And here we are at Hinton. There's the map over there. And it's a, is it the morning or is it the evening? I actually have no idea. I guess we'll check it out. We'll see in a minute. Oh, it is the morning. Okay, good morning. Your task is to take passage from Montauk Station via Pimo and do some state. Okay, passage. Alright, so 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so it's very early. And, I guess we're ready to go. Okay, let's go then. Turn on the lights as well because it's early in the morning. Oh, and the lights are... Oh, you're kidding me. Alright, hang on a second. I'm gonna try to fix the headlights. Okay, we're back in here, and... What's going on here? Come on, do I have to back out? This game is so stupid. Yeah, sometimes the headlights don't work for some reason. Come on. I'm gonna keep on trying then. Okay, third time was the charm, and now we got working lights. Yay. Alrighty then. Alright, let's go. And we only have 4 coaches. And a weird consist. Yeah, okay. There you go. Alright, and we have 2 engines, which also the same road number, so this got a clone. Alright, cool. Alrighty then, so Trainz Simulator 3 Summer Lake Valley re-review. Yes, because I have not done a, well, I've not looked at this route in a few years, and of course, a lot of things have changed since then, yeah. Obviously, of course, the biggest change I actually made in mid-2023 was actually the way that I showed the content. Yeah. And yeah, I've been meaning to review this route for quite a while, actually, and it's just taking me until now to finally get to it. So here we are, reviewing Summer Lake Valley. Alright. So yeah, Summer Lake Valley. Now, I was actually planning on reviewing a different route this week, actually. Well, I say review, but yeah, I actually had another plan. No, yeah, I had a plan to take a second look at a different route, this week. The route, was German. Actually, I teased in the previous video, but yeah, I was actually gonna review a German route, for this week. However, in the official Trainz Discord server, it was actually announced that a new German route will be coming soon to Trainz Simulator 3. Yeah, a brand new one. So I said, okay, so we got a new German route pretty soon then. So okay, I guess I'll postpone the review I was planning to a different date. Yeah, it will happen, but yeah, we gotta give it some time because we got another new German route coming out soon. And the reason why I've decided to review this route is because, well, it actually occurred to me that despite, it is now June, and we haven't actually driven an Amtrak train yet. Yeah, we haven't driven an Amtrak train in a video yet this year. So, here we are then, driving the good old F40, which I have driven before, in my initial review here on this route. And I decided to drive it again because, what can I say, I'm an Amtrak fan. Yes, alright. Now, something that I find to be very interesting about this route, though, is that, so, what's interesting, that Summer Lake Valley was actually not a completely new route when it first released, even back when this first came out for Trainz Simulator 3, because this is actually another case where a old route, from Trainz Simulator 2 was remastered for Trainz 3. Because Summer Lake Valley also released for Trainz Simulator 2. And something that occurred to me when I actually did my initial review of this route, back in April 2022, was that this route, now get this, every single piece of rolling stock in this route is American. All the locomotives, pretty much all the rolling stock, and yet, as you'll see in a bit, this route is actually based in Canada. Yeah, that's right, this is actually a Canadian route, as you'll see in a bit. Well, as you would also have seen actually in the Trainz 2 version, because I actually looked at the Trainz Simulator 2 version of this route. And interestingly enough, the Trainz 2 version actually comes with Canadian rolling stock. Yeah. I forget exactly what it comes with, but I think it's like a Canadian national train. Okay, I forget already. I probably should have checked before I did this video. But yeah, the Trainz 2 version route does come with Canadian rolling stock. Yeah. And yet the Trainz Simulator 3 version comes with all American rolling stock. I mean, we're even driving an Amtrak train. Yeah, Amtrak, which primarily operates in the United States. Now, there are 3 Amtrak trains that go up into Canada. But that's it. There's this, yeah, and not to mention the setting of this route either, or setting this route as well, because I mean, going to like places like Hinton and stuff like that, which I know Hinton's like, I think it's in like rural Canada or something like that. Now, I guess it was mentioned that Amtrak does operate 3 trains up to Canada. There's over the northwest, there's the Amtrak Cascades, which goes up to Vancouver, British Columbia, aka Slow Ferryland. Then over in the east, there's the Amtrak Maple Leaf, which goes up to Toronto. And even further east, there's the Amtrak Adirondack, which goes up to Montreal. So, yeah, all 3 major cities in Canada are served by Amtrak trains. And, I just realized I'm gonna get a speeding penalty because I'm breaking the speed limit. I forgot there was a 25 coming up. Whoopsies. Alright then. Well, I am a stupid man. So let's make sure not to do that again. Alright then. But yeah, there are 3 Amtrak trains that go up into Canada, but the thing with mentioning, though, is that there are no... Here's the thing, there are no Amtrak trains that operate domestically in Canada. All 3 Amtrak trains are international. Because the Amtrak Cascades... Oh, and I just realized something else. I think the things are set in kilometers. Why? What's a kilometer? Yeah, no, all the signs are off. Yeah, hang on, we're in kilometers. No, we're in miles. But, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my, wait, yeah, hold on a minute. Let's take a look at this upcoming speed sign here. Yeah, that's in kilometers an hour, so it's 60 kilometers an hour is the speed limit. because Canada is stupid and they use the metric system instead of the imperial system, which is the proper system to use, because I'm an American and I use the imperial system, alright? Because the metric system is stupid. Anyway. Yeah, I probably finished people saying that, but you know what? I don't care, because I'm just better. Alright, anyway, but on a serious note, yeah, so this route comes with all American rolling stock, and yet is based in Canada. Yeah. And I guess where there are no Amtrak trains that operate domestically in Canada. So you have, like I said, you have the Cascades, which comes up from Seattle and Oregon and other places in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest. And then you have both the Adirondack and the Maple Leaf, both originate from New York. Oh, there's a train down there. How about it? All right, and it's being pulled by. That's a British Northern engine. I can barely see it though; it's so far away. And yeah, of course, holding some of the default rolling stock they get with the. As even guys on the Pacific caboose. Are you kidding me? They couldn't even bother to give a proper caboose. No, they just used the Southern Pacific one, which is included in the default game. Yeah. That shows you, doesn't it? Also, I'm about to speed again, because there's a stupid 25 speed limit. There we go. Alright then. Oh, so what's ironic is they get CP Rail and CN... I get a CP Rail boxcar and a CN hopper car, but I should mention that those... that is default equipment, by the way. That's not included with the route, it's just here in the game. So, yeah. Yes, everyone's racing there, all included in the base game, except I think for the locomotive was included in this add-on. So, there you go then. You know what was really interesting, though? I guess I will give this route the benefit of the doubt, because, like I said, this route did come out back during the earlier days of Trainz Simulator 3, all the way back in early 2022. I think it was around that time, some point early 2022. But yeah, some point around then. It's a steep descent here. What is this? But this route came out quite a while ago, and I guess the good news though is that over the years though of Trainz Simulator 3, we have actually gotten a lot more Canadian rolling stock, which would actually be very much more suitable for this route. In fact, a couple months back, I think it was actually, okay, whatever, not too long ago, we got V-Rail equipment. Yeah, we got V-Rail equipment in the Kicking Horse Pass, I think it was. Yeah. Yeah, not too long ago, we got V-Rail equipment, which would be much more suitable for this route. Yeah, but obviously, I should say, yeah, like I said, this route came out a long time ago, and we only recently got the new V-Rail equipment in the with the release of the Kicking Horse Pass route, which came out about a month ago. So yeah, so I guess I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, I guess they couldn't really make new rolling stock back then, so what they did, they remade the route, or at least they upgraded the route. I don't know, they remastered the route, redid it, whatever, and then they just threw in whatever rolling stock that they figured would be suitable for this route. Even though there's really nothing, because again we got an Amtrak train and a Canadian route, which is not realistic, because like I said, Amtrak does not operate any domestic trains in Canada. V-Rail does though, and V-Rail would be much more suitable for this route, but yeah, like I said, though, there was no V-Rail equipment in this game when this route first came out, obviously, because we didn't get... Actually, we actually had no V-Rail equipment in this game whatsoever until Kicking Horse Pass, although we did have some Canadian... No, we didn't have any Canadian rolls like either, though, when this route first came out. That also came out later. So, yeah. You know what, though? Are there any mission packs you built for this route that have, like, proper, like, actual Canadian rolling stock? I'm not too sure. You know what I want to say, though? If they ever do release a surveyor, I want to see someone make a scenario for this route, but using the V-Rail equipment over in Kicking Horse Pass, because, yeah, that makes more sense. And actually, Kicking Horse Pass, you get a CPKC locomotive as well as the Canadian Pacific, so you can actually make a scenario just from, you know, this route, Kicking Horse Pass, and just the default equipment. You don't have to buy anything else to make the scenario. I mean, I guess you could get some of the other engines and stuff like that, but they're not really needed, so, yeah. Alright, we're about to arrive at Montreux Station. So, yeah. And you know what? Since we're having an Amtrak scene, I guess talk about these coaches. Yeah, the Horizon coaches. The Forza Horizon coaches. Yeah. Which are, as you see, the cons is weird. Yeah, we have also very overpowered as well. We have two locomotives for a 4-coach train. You don't need that much power. Also, that being said, it would have actually made more sense to put the back engine on the other end of the train, have like a double-ended type of thing. But for some reason, they didn't do that. So yeah. And yeah, also I guess that's also worth mentioning. Like I said, Amtrak does not operate any domestic trains up into Canada. The Horizon coach is a bit weird because technically they did actually use the Horizon coaches on the Amtrak Cascades, which I don't actually know why they did that because they had the Togo units, but whatever. I guess they decided that the Togo units were rubbish, so they just brought the Horizons instead. I don't really know. But yeah, the Horizon coaches technically do run on the or used to run on the Cascades. Yeah, guess what? These Horizon coaches are not in service in real life anymore. Yeah, because these coaches are, well, it turns out they were rubbish. Well, okay, not rubbish as in, you know, they were built rubbish, but no, rubbish because, well, they became rubbish. Yeah, so in case you didn't know, the all of Amtrak's Horizon coaches are not in service anymore. Yeah, they've all, well, you already know this, but yeah, a couple months ago, back in late March, every single Horizon coach in Amtrak system was pulled from service because it was discovered that the Horizon coaches have corrosion. Yeah, the Horizon coaches are falling apart because they're old and stuff, so yeah. So that was fun. But yeah, like I said, yeah, the Horizon coaches are in a bit of a weird state. Yeah. Oh, here we go. There's a Canadian flag. There's all the proof we need. This route is based in Canada. Yeah, even though we're driving an American train, also shows red light at the end of this platform, so better make sure I stop in the right place. Alright then. So yeah, it's so it's weird. The Horizon situation is weird because originally the Horizons were meant to last a couple more years up until the Ventures were fully rolled out. But you are too late. You scored your point. What do you mean? Oh, you know what? I don't even care. Oh, that's green anyway, so whatever. Do the door? Oh yeah, do the doors open here? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they have door animation in this thing. Look at that. Yes. All right. Yeah, I want to do that again. Hold up. Let me show off the doors. Yeah, look at that. Even the trapdoor opens. How cool is that? All right. Come on. I want to get a better view of them. Come on. Thank you. Probably should show this thing. Nope, never mind. Ah, there you go then. Alright, onwards to Pullman, which is literally not even a mile away. Brilliant. Alright then. But yeah, the Horizon coach situation is a bit weird. Well, not really weird. Well, yeah, they're gone. No, what's weird is that they pulled these coaches away from service a couple months ago, and yet we actually still have yet to receive any sort of update. Are you gonna come through this, by the way? Oh yeah, they come through the signal. Great job. We haven't actually heard an update though on the what's the actual future of the Horizon coaches. Yeah. I mean, I'm just assuming they're going to be scrapped or something like that, but they haven't actually come up with anything yet. So there's that. But yeah, as of right now though, we actually have no idea what the future of the Horizon coaches are. You know, whether they're gonna be scrapped or repaired or something. I don't know. But yeah, the thing that's a little bit strange though is the fact that, like I said, we have not received any sort of updates on the condition of the Horizon coaches. Really, ever since they were pulled from service, like they were like I said, they were pulled from service back in late March. It's now early June, and I haven't heard any updates in a long while. So I don't really know what to expect then with the Horizons. Like I don't know if they're gonna be scrapped or repaired or whatever. I have no idea. So, yeah. I do have a bit of a story to tell with the Horizons coach. Coach is a bit of a personal story. Not much, but somewhat. So, weird stuff at the time, when I first reviewed this route, actually back in early 2022, I had actually never had seen a Horizon coach before, because the Horizon coaches typically run in the Midwest, and I guess they also run them on the Cascades. I, though, live in the Northeast, more specifically close by Boston and Rhode Island. And we never really had Horizon coaches in this part of the country. It's mainly just amphitheatres and stuff. Yeah. But you may know that I went to Chicago last year. Yeah, 2024. And that was actually the first ever time I'd ever been to the Midwest. Well, wait, no. Actually, that was the first ever time I'd been to the Midwest. But it was the first ever time I'd been to Chicago. And actually, the first time I've ever done some train things in the Midwest. And because of that, yeah, I got to see some Horizon coaches with my own eyes for the first time in summer of 2024. And by the way, I did take a video of it, so actually, if you watch my 2024 Chicago Train and NASCAR trip video, you're gonna see my footage of the Horizon coaches. Yeah, I actually caught multiple different trains with them on the Milwaukee District North Line. I had to caught both Borealises, both the one going to and going from Chicago. No, the one to. You get the point. I caught both the westbound and the eastbound one. So yeah. So I caught both of those. And I also caught a couple of Amtrak Hiawatha trains. Well, they might have been the same train, going different directions. But yeah, I also got a Amtrak Hiawatha train, which also had a full set of. What was it? Full set with a half set? I don't know, but I had some Horizon coaches in it as well. So yeah. So yeah. But you know something that's a little bit annoying. So I know I've just mentioned that the Horizon coaches mainly ran in the Midwest and the Northwest, on the Cascades. However, last year though, when they started expanding Amtrak Northeast Regional service, they took some of the Amfleet coaches from the Amtrak Down Easter train to use on the Northeast Regionals. And because they had some of the Venture coaches arriving on the Midwestern trains, they because of Venture arriving on the Midwestern trains, they decided to move over some of the Horizons over to the Down Easter train, so they could then use the Amfleet on the Northeast Regional. And yeah, for the first time in I don't know whatever, we had Horizons on a Northeastern based Amtrak train. It's in the stupid thing, so yeah, I don't care. So yeah, and you know what's funny? When I first heard that they were running Horizon on the Amtrak Down Easter train, which is the train that I actually do live close by, I thought to myself, oh cool, I can see some Horizon coaches nearby my home base, so yeah. And that was my plan. And I'm not sure if you watched my 2024 Boston train trip video, but in that video, my original plan was to actually spend the afternoon rail fanning at Boston North Station, because that's where the Amtrak Down Easter terminates at. So I figured I would go to North Station to see the Amtrak Down Easter with the Horizon coaches on it. It was actually a mixed train though, with Horizons and Amfleets. And yeah, that was my original plan on the 2024 Boston trip. But then if you remember that video, there was those fare gates at the station, and I didn't really know what to do about them, so I decided to change my plan to go to Logan Airport instead, hang out there for a couple hours. So I thought to myself, okay, so I won't be able to go to North Station, so I guess what I'll do is I would wait until 2025 this year to go and see the Horizon coaches on the Amtrak Down Easter, because I actually kind of want to see the concerts, because it looks a bit interesting, because it's basically a mix of Amfleets and Horizon coaches. And yeah, so like I said, my original plan for 2025 was to eventually go and see Amtrak Down Easter trains with Horizon coaches on them. And then all the Horizons were pulled from service. And that includes, of course, the Amtrak Down Easter. So, yeah. So, it looks to me like I missed my one and only window of me ever getting to see the Horizon coaches. Oh, there's a fallen viaduct over there. Of seeing Horizon coaches on the Amtrak Down Easter. Yeah. And that really, really annoyed me, because I thought to myself, like, are you kidding me? I was going to go to North Station to see the Horizon coach on the Down Easter. That was my plan. But then, of course, I didn't know what to do about the fare gate, so I just decided, okay, I'll just come back to this a different day. And then, yeah, the Horizons get pulled from the Down Easter service, which annoys me, because if it wasn't for those stupid fare gates, or if I had known what I was getting into, if I had known about those fare gates and knew how to get around them, then I would have been able to see an Amtrak Down Easter train or two with the Horizon coaches on them. But now I might not ever get that chance, because yeah, it's so annoying, because I mean, here's the thing: unless they do bring the Horizons back onto the Amtrak Down Easter, I was basically robbed of my one and only chance of ever seeing Horizon coaches on the Amtrak Down Easter, and that is so annoying. Because I was literally right there. I was gonna go see the Horizon Down Easter, and then yeah, the fare gates happen, and then they get pulled from the service. So isn't that something? Hey, we got a freight train. So yeah, that is so annoying. That's why I've been eagerly awaiting for the oh, we got a brilliant toilet train with the Evans hoppers. Interesting. Huh. Cool. How about it? So yeah. So at this point, I don't know. There's just nothing much has really been said on the horizon. I've been checking for updates, but it seems the most recent update came out on April 6th, so I don't even think that they even had to get anything to do with the Horizon codes. It was just to do with them restoring service to the various different Amtrak trains that used to run Horizons, but then obviously can't run Horizons anymore because the Horizon codes have all been pulled because I guess they're faulty and stuff. So yeah. So I don't know. I'm still annoyed by this because, you know, again, for one, I was robbed of my potential one only chance of seeing the Horizons on the Amtrak Down Easter. And also, like I said, I was planning on trying again this year, but now I may never be able to do it because, yeah, I'm still able to go see the Down East. It's like the Down Easter train is gone. It's just I'm annoyed because I was planning on going to see it with the Horizon codes on it, but I may never be able to. So I don't know. And yeah, like I said, there hasn't really been any updates, so I don't know. I really don't know what to expect with the Horizons. Like I said, I don't know if they're gonna be scrapped or they're gonna be repaired. I have no idea. There just hasn't been any updates on these coaches since they were pulled from service. And I thought that there would have been an update by now, but no, still nothing. Still no updates whatsoever. So, I don't know. And me personally, though, like if I were to give my honest take, I don't think the Horizon coaches are coming back. I honestly, like being realistic about this, I really want the Horizon to come back on the Down Easter. But if I'm were to be realistic about this, I honestly think the Horizon coaches are done for. I don't think they're ever coming back. And I'm saying this because the replacements for the Horizon coaches, the Aero trains, are very close. Yeah. And actually, it's actually saying that just this week, photos have actually now released of the new Venture coaches that will be running on the Amtrak Cascades. And having said that, the Amtrak Cascades is actually due to receive the new Aero trains next year, 2026. So yeah. Now, as far as the timeline of when the Down Easter, because the Down Easter is also going to be receiving the Aero sets. We don't actually know that much, actually. I think... Yeah, I think it's going to be a couple more years, though, until the Down Easter does receive the Aero sets. I think that's really the only hope we have left. Maybe, just maybe, they might consider taking the Horizon coaches that are in the least terrible condition and repairing them, and then putting them back on the Down Easter service for a couple more years until the Down Easter is able to receive the Aero sets. But that's the only hope that there is. Oh, see, this is another Amtrak train. How about it? That's in Kansas is one we got. That's similar. Yeah, a couple engines and then 5 coaches. With 2 cafe cars, yeah. How about it? But yeah, in my honest opinion, I don't... Well, I do think that there's a slim chance to bring the Horizons back on the Down Easter, but I wouldn't hold my breath. I think the Down Easter is just going to be running a sorting concept like 3 coaches, and they might even take some coaches from the Northeast back from the Northeast to put them on the Down Easter or something like that. I don't know. But we'll see. Oh, yeah, not to mention as well, isn't Amtrak supposed to be getting equipment from North Star as well? To use on the Hiawatha? I think so. Yeah, that space just means superliners are going to be more superliners are going to be used on the Borealis service, and such. Yeah, Somerville. I think is this the end of the line? Oh no, second to last station. Okay, we're almost there then. But yeah, if I'm being honest, it's just, I don't know. I really want to see the Horizons because, like I said, the Horizons, we don't, well, we never really saw those in the Northeast, you know? I mean, here it's mainly just amphitheaters and stuff. And that's it. Yeah. But if I were to say this, though, if I were to say something positive about the situation, at least I went to Chicago last year, and I got to see the Horizon coaches there. Because something to think about is that if I had never went to Chicago last year, I would have gone my entire life without ever seeing a Horizon coach with my own eyes. Yeah, these Horizon coaches, these things that you're seeing right here, I would have never been able to ever see these coaches if I didn't go to Chicago last year. Yeah, isn't that something? But thankfully I was able to afford to go to Chicago last year, and so I got to see the Horizon coaches. So, yeah. I may never see the Horizon coaches again, but at least I saw them in the Midwest, where they're much more dominant. So, there's that. Now, like I said, there's a slim chance we might see the Horizon return to the Downeaster, but again, I'm not going to hold my breath. Realistically, I think the Downeaster is just going to stick with a shortened constant until whenever the arrows arrive. Or maybe they'll even just... Or actually, no, because they're actually using some of the amphitheaters on the Cascades as well, so... Oh... Yeah, I'm sure it says, well, yeah, because like I said, the Cascades is currently using the amphitheater coach ever since the Horizons were sidelined. But since the arrows are due next year, once the arrows arrive on the Cascades, they might just take those amphitheaters and put those back on the Downeaster. So, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. And yeah, like I said, I just don't see them repairing the Horizon coaches because the arrows are just so close. We're almost like Greenwood, actually. I've actually driven the entirety of this road, actually. It's quite quick, yeah. Well, there you go. There's my ramblings about the Amtrak Horizon coaches. Never got to ride these coaches, though, obviously. But then again, I never could, because they just don't run where I live, and, yeah. But at least I did see them. So, there's that. I just wish I could have also seen them on the Downeaster, but I guess I should also be grateful that I got to see them at all, because because if I didn't went to Chicago last year, I never would have saw them ever. Yeah. So, still, could be worse. So, there you have it then. That is, I guess, my thoughts on the Horizon situation. Then I haven't actually talked about on this channel yet, but I figured since we're pulling Horizon coaches, I figured I would use that opportunity to talk all about them. So, yeah. So that pretty much wraps up everything then. So, yeah. That was just talk about then. That's about to end off our scenario here. But yeah, that was my review of the Summer Lake Valley route. Nice to finally get this one out and give you guys a more comprehensive look at this route. Yeah, I have always planned to do the Summer Lake Valley. I've just never been able to get around to it until now. Because this year has been kind of a mess. In fact, I might have actually been able to review this route a little bit sooner this year. But, yeah, 25 has been a chaotic year for me. Now, fortunately, though, things have actually been settling down lately. Selling even more, actually. Like, I actually had a pretty easy week. So, yeah, things are getting easier. I'm starting to find my rhythm with my passive incomeisms. Yeah, haven't made any money yet from that, but hopefully I will by the end of the month. Alrighty then. Oh yeah, I was also talking about the new German route that was announced in the in the server, in the train server. Well, I guess I will just say this: I am very, very, very excited for the new German route because it's going to be a high-speed route. Yes, we're going to get a German high-speed route. Yes, I can't wait. And yeah, the state's coming in June. They didn't say when in June, but I think it's pretty close to completion. So yeah. And, so yeah, very much looking forward to that route. Can't wait till it releases some point this month. So yeah. As for the next video, though, I think next one's gonna be on Trainz Sim Worlds. Unless the Unless the new aspect does come out next week or something like that, then I'll review it then. But otherwise, yeah, next video we'll be back on Trainz Sim World. And like I said, as I mentioned in the Clintsfield Road video, yeah, the next Trainz video, or next Trainz video would be on the Oakville subdivision. Yeah, another Canadian route, so, yeah. Alright then, but that is it for now. Let's come to a nice stop here, so no here. And, basing to a general stop. And here we are, the end of the line. Alrighty then. So, only 3 out of 5 stars, maybe 4 to 5, I don't know. I don't complete the mission. How many stars we get? Oh, only 3 out of 5. Okay, so didn't do that good. Alright, well, that's fair enough. Alright then, so that will do it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in whatever I make next.